Omaha Under the Radar is now in its second year. It features 80 performers in 7 venues spanning 4 days.
This morning, a performance from one of the groups involved and the story about how this whole festival emerged.
Amanda DeBoer Bartlett is the director of Omaha Under the Radar. Good morning.
Welcome back.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Yeah, and our viewers are in for a treat this morning. These vocalists are phenomenal. But you really call this an experimental performance festival. How so?
Well, all of the performances are very recent. It's dance, music, theater, some of them more classical, but some of them more experimental, improvisations. One of the dance groups on Saturday night is going to wear all black and project video onto their bodies as they're dancing.
Neat.
So it's a lot of techniques and elements that are not usually seen, I think, on these stages.
How do you decide which performers make the cut for the festival? You must get more entries than you can accommodate.
Absolutely. This year we had 150 applications, and we could only accept 30 of them for the festival. So it's very selective. It's applications from around the country, and we got applications from around the world, really.
Yeah. Describe some of the acts for us. I know you mentioned the one with the performers in black with the projection on them, but what else do you have?
At the Bancroft Street Market, we have a theater piece that will use staging and dancers and projected music that's called a magical forest. So we'll have some immersive theater performances. At the Kaneko, we'll have large-scale pieces with 20, 30 musicians spread throughout the spaces that you can walk through. And then some standard pieces for chamber ensembles on stages. So it's a real variety of performances.
How do you decide if for our viewers who want to soak in as much as possible, how can they go about deciding what to see and when?
It's going to be pretty wild. There are 16 hours of performances spread over 4 days. It's a lot for anyone to handle. I say if you know the venues and you love the venues, you're probably going to like the performance at that venue. And we have the entire schedule. So if you love cello music, there are solo cellists performing. There's a lot of information out there, and I'd say strategize to get to as much as possible.
Right. This is the second year. So you had it last year. What did you learn about last year in assembling this whole thing that you changed for this year, or maybe added?
We've added some things. We added a camp for youth. So they're learning how to compose and perform contemporary music this week at the Kaneko. We've started to mix more performers who are different from each other. We wanted to have contrast at the event so that people could see what's out there for contemporary music. And we also added some talks. We have a library talk about performance and art and how it can relate to developing our community in Omaha.
Why is this festival important?
I think that it's important to have opportunities for artists to take risks and to take chances in their performance. I've had artists tell me that because this festival exists, I tried something a little different, something more adventurous than I would have tried otherwise. And I think it's good to push ourselves in that way.
Yeah, okay. And what are we going to hear today? Who's performing?
This is Quinn's Contemporary Vocal Ensemble. They're an a cappella female vocal quartet, and they're singing with 3 people this morning, and they commission living composers to write brand new pieces for voices.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Quince.
Disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed in the boat. It was larger than the other. I was so disappointed in the boat. It was larger than the other. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed in the boat. I feel that I would have been willing to say that I liked it very well if I had not seen it when it was painted. Painted. It is well never to deceive me. I was so disappointed in the boat. It was larger than the accommodation had made. Which was disagreeable.
All right, that's Quince. Now, I don't know how that.
like delighted and amazed all at
I don't know
once.
how that translates on
Three.
TV, but there's a point where it just fills the room
Oh
with
my
their vocals.
goodness.
It's
Kind of like
incredible.
makes your head shake.
No, the
almost.
hair on my arms is standing up. Ladies, well done.
And that's just a
Quince, thank
taste.
you.
That's just a small sample of what you'll see. How do people
Wow.
get tickets?
People get tickets at undertheradaromaha.com under the 2015 festival.
And explain this. If our viewers want to go to everything, or if they
right.
only want to go to one thing, can they break it down?
Totally. There are some free events that you could go to if you just want to try it out. Maybe you're not sure. Every event other than the free events is $10,
Okay.
which you can buy at the door. And then $30 gets you into all 12 events.
Wow. I feel like this, of course, adults are going to love this simply because of the caliber of the artists involved. But if you have kids who are the least bit interested in musical theater, or they love to paint and crafts and all of that, to sort of let them explore that side,
Definitely.
I think this would be a really smart something to do.
And I think that when I show contemporary performance to children, they experience it totally differently. They have a different set of ideas about what's normal and what's not normal to do. So they see this with fresh eyes. I think that's exciting.
Undertheradaromaha.com is where you can go to learn about all the acts coming to town.
Quince, thank you.
Thanks a
Great to
lot.
have you here, and
Yeah.
good to see you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Thank you. On social media, today is Video Games Day. What's your all-time favorite video game? Let us know on Facebook at Morning Blend Omaha.
Still ahead, the contest where I will be at someone's beck and call, not yours.
Not
It
mine.
could be you.
I'm not eligible. First, a visit to the Columbus Zoo, how it might inspire you to visit our zoo this summer.